here that we are recording today's webinar. So if you missed something, if you give us about a week or less, we'll have this uploaded to YouTube as well. All right, so now here comes the fun part. I get to introduce Biutel. Biutel's worked at American Airlines Credit Union for over 27 years. He holds designations as a credit union development educator and a credit union business development professional. Couple quick fun facts about Biutel. He is a cruise enthusiast with well over 30 cruises to his name, and I'm sure many more on the horizon, maybe even a couple more this year, who knows. Around the office, work right next to him. He's known for his keen sense of style, especially his shoes. We won't get to see those on the video call today. But Biutel, I'm going to turn it over to you. I won't go too far because I know we got some polling questions and some other slides that I'll jump on for. But the floor is yours for now.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for the introduction. And just in case, today I'm wearing some BMW Pumas designer choice. Thank you again, everybody. Welcome all to the month of October. It's the Fall Drive and Save Auto event we're celebrating here at the Credit Union, and Jack will get a little deeper into that later on, but wanted to make certain that you all were in the knowledge of such. So today we're going to be covering something that may seem simple, but it's complex at times. So financing a vehicle the smart way. We're trying to make certain that you're aware of the different things out there. We're not trying to sell you a loan just to make sure that you're aware of this. We're very passionate to take care of our member owners. We want to make certain that you're aware of what we can offer to you as maybe comments, tips, knowledge, experience, and all the different expertise that we may have for you. So again, I want to make sure that I want to thank each of you for coming in and, have a stress-free vehicle financing itself. So let's continue with the process. So the agenda again, it may seem simple, but it can be a little complex, especially if you are a first-time buyer, especially if you have no idea of what an average car can cost nowadays. An average car, new car, it's running around $49,000. That is a big ticket. That is a big number. And we'll get into that also. So it's something that you want to do with smart. And by listening to us, you'll be able to find the best way to get it at the better price. So the agenda, how much you can afford. We all like a nice car, something latest model. But again, can we afford it? How financing your vehicle and your credit work. They work together. So that's for a stress-free, again, car buying experience. We are going to try to convey ideas and knowledge so it could be a stress-free. But we don't guarantee it. At times, it is stressful, especially when you're looking for something and it's not out there in the market. How to shop for a car. Ideas. Again, what is it that you really need? Refinancing your vehicle. You may have some equity in your car that can help you pay off certain things at a higher interest rate that you may have. So we want to help you with that as well. Or if you need some cash. Contact information and our offers. We have great offers out there. At times, you may see a number and you may say, oh, no, that's too high. Forget about it. No. But again, look at the fine print, what the number means as interest rate, because other places may be charging a little less, but they're not returning to you the best investment proper. So with that being said, we'll pass it back to Jack as he has a poll question.
I do. Thanks, Biutel. We want to hear from y'all. As I stated in the announcements, we're not going to save your information here, so please respond freely without any fear of us following up or anything like that. But we want to know when you're planning to purchase a vehicle. Obviously, you're on the call here today because you've got some interest. Is it A, as soon as possible? B, maybe in the next 3 to 5 months? Is it C, within a year? Maybe you're looking to get some information to purchase in the next few years. That would be D. Or E, maybe you're not sure. You kind of want to see how the environment's going, what's going on, and that's why you're here. Biutel, got to throw it back over to you real quick. Are you planning to purchase the vehicle anytime soon?
You know, we're in the month of October. That's when the new cars come out, the 2024, the new versions, the new styles. But you know what? I'm going to hold on to my vehicle for a little longer. Hopefully by then, pricing will change, availability will be up there, and maybe the monthly payments could be a little more enticing to my pocket
Yeah,
to get a new car.
I'm seeing our attendees here. Let's see if they agree with you. For those that responded, it looks like we had about 57% that couldn't find their button. So again, y'all, no, not a requirement, but feel free to respond. We had 14% say not sure, and then it was kind of a toss up between 3 to 5 months, and within the next year would be another 33% or so of the attendees here today. So looks like a few people are not sure. They're trying to get some information, and the rest are probably within the next year trying to see what's going on in the environment.
That is great. No matter which one you chose, or even if you didn't answer, you know, that's what we're here for. This webinar is to give you ideas, knowledge, and the tools for you to be able to go and forward on this. So let's proceed. So you need a car and you really don't know what you can afford, especially nowadays. Like I said, at 50,000, 49,000, you know, it's kind of steep. So how does the vehicle financing and your credit, which is very important, the higher your credit score, the better the rate. So again, you want to know how much you can really afford. We all want a nice vehicle, but we need to measure. Do we want it to be new or do we want it to be used? Do we want it high miles already in this used vehicle? Usually used vehicles cost more maintenance. And it all depends on the type of car you buy. There's an insurance cost that is entailed to that. So if you buy a nice sporty car, usually the insurance price goes up. Now, if you buy a minivan itself, it can be relatively very affordable. But when you keep adding numbers, it can become a real hefty price at the end. So you also want to know, how much am I going to really be financing? Do I have a down payment? Happens to be that we were just chatting about this earlier, or our panelists and co-hosts were talking about this. What APR am I going to get? And again, the better your credit score, the higher number, the lower is your annual percent rate. The term, does that mean 36 months, 5 years, 7 years? It all depends what you're looking for out there in the market. So again, we are trying to provide you the better knowledge so you decide where and how. But again, we're here for you to take advantage of you taking care of your being a member owner of your finances. So again, we're going to go choosing a car. Everybody wants a brand new spanking car. They cost more, number one. And like I mentioned before, and I'll repeat, it's average cost $49,000. They're lower maintenance costs because they're newer. Everything is under warranty. Everything is under consideration, and everything should be working to the finest tuned and everything else. And you also can take them to a longer term within your finance itself. Used cars, they're less expensive, but at the same token, you're probably going to get more car, and accessories, than the new car itself. So that's something that you may want to think of. They cost a little less, but nowadays, that's not even really reality because of the cost of used cars that's going up. They require maintenance, of course, because they're probably 3 years old or more, and they've already been used and abused by certain individuals. So it may require maintenance itself. Perfectly to say, probably a new set of tires. So again, and the shorter it's to us, it's not necessarily a shorter term itself, nor a higher interest rate. But if you go with an outside company to do the financing of your car, it'll definitely be a shorter term and a higher interest rate. A lease. A lot of people go with the leases because, again, they pay less on a monthly basis. They get a car that is up to date, newer, and it only requires minimum maintenance because you get to change it every 2 to 3 years. Or people love their car. They feel like this is the car I've been looking for. It's in good shape. They want to buy the lease when it's over. So again, it's a matter of perspective. What should I choose? A new car, a used, or do I go lease? So how credit works. And again, as I mentioned before, the higher your credit score, it's a bigger impact towards the rate that you're getting or annual percentage rate or interest. It's going to be lower. Now, if you have bruised credit and your credit worthiness is not as high as other individuals, so your interest rate will be impacted. It'll be a little higher. And we have also programs that can help you with that itself. And that's going to take also into consideration the term and your monthly payments. So once again, you're able, if you're a member owner, you're able to see what your credit score will be. It gives you an idea what your credit score is. If you go into our webpage, you can see it there. And it gives you a good idea if it's good, if it's excellent, etc. You're also able to see your credit report there and see if there's anything that is probably holding you back and causing a impact on your credit score. And of course, if you have a job that is maintaining you with a good salary, it helps as well. So based on that, you get an annual percentage rate, which is based on your credit score. If you don't have the best credit score, let's say anything over 750, that's good and above, you may need a cosigner. And what's a cosigner? A cosigner is an individual that is willing to put their credit worthiness aside yours, signing saying if X person cannot pay the vehicle, the note, the payment, I'll take care of it. And you're utilizing their credit score to probably get you a lower interest rate. Once you have that, either based your credit or your cosigner, you can see your monthly payments. And again, they're based on the annual percent rate, the amount, and the term. The longer you take it, the interest rate goes up. The higher the amount itself, again, so you may want to be thinking of, I need to put down so much, that way my loan is not as high itself. So hopefully, like I said before, it's simple, just a bit complex itself. But that's what we're here for, to help you out, get your information and your knowledge increased. So as mentioned before, what if your credit score it's low? And again, this is just an example of what the page looks like in raacreditunion.org website, where you can go into your account and you can see your balances and everything else. In the right side, you'll see something similar to what it shows here, the 760. In this particular case, you see goes from red to green. The green is the better of the scores. And so again, based on that, let's say you're in the yellow, you may consider a cosigner. Again, it can be anybody. It could be your parents. It could be your brother, your sister, your coworker, etc. Or we can assist you to enrich your knowledge and start saving and developing a program where we can help you improve your credit score. And instead of buying now, those that selected a year, their credit score will be able to push up. And that's through our financial wellness program itself. There's no cost to this. There's different ways to contact our team. Again, either through the financial wellness at aacreditunion.org, or you can call us up 833-346-9355. And they'll even do a WebEx with you in case you are outside of our DFW area. So anyone in the United States or anywhere in the world, basically, that is a member owner of the credit union can reach out to improve their credit score through our financial wellness program. Some people may say, well, I just finished college, I have no credit. Well, we have first-time buyer car programs, and we can help you improve that as well. Just call us, talk to one of our local branch managers or loan officers at one of our branches out there, and they will be able to walk you through the process of either creating and developing a program that is going to be able to help you not only save money for the down, will also help the credit score to increase. That way you will get a lower interest rate itself. So hopefully this gives you an idea of what your credit score does, what happens if it's not the better of the credit scores itself, how we can help you at no cost to you, being a member owner of the American Airlines Credit Union, on improving your credit score and helping you buy that vehicle or dream car that you're looking for. So now we're going to go into like the meat and potatoes, as they say. So buying and financing a vehicle, it's a bit more than 4 steps, but 4 steps basically itself. And this should be basically number 1 in anything that you're trying to purchase. If you're trying to purchase something, you want to get pre-approved, a mortgage, a car, a boat, a motorcycle, any type of vehicle, you want to get pre-approved. That empowers you to know how much you can really afford. That lets you know ahead of time that if you do it for this term, this is your annual percentage rate or interest rate itself. This allows you to know how much monthly cost is going to be on you, plus not only the car or boat or airplane or anything like that. You'll be able to say, if I'm paying $600 for the car, I need to do another couple hundred for the car insurance, and then I need to be aware that there's common maintenance in the car, tires getting flat, needing new wipers. I mean, basic stuff that we don't consider it. So the price of gas itself that is fluctuating so much. Get approved. Number 1, get approved. Doesn't cost you anything to get pre-approved. It's a hard inquiry, getting pre-approved. But at least you know what you're going with to the table in order to have the better cards, in order to know what you can really afford, what you're going to pay. Research your ride. We have tools in our credit union website that can help you, and Jack is going to show us later on our research program in order for you to see what's close to you, which dealership may have the car you want. You can build it from the ground, the car, the color, what you want, what you don't need. Look into adding options to the vehicle. Unfortunately, this is not nice rims, GPS system, nice radio. These are other tools that will help you and the credit union maintain the vehicle, the life of the vehicle itself, and help you in case something was to happen. And at the end, the purchase, going through the process. I myself have been through many cars, and sometimes you're all day there, and all they do is they offer you maybe a donut and a coffee, but you get hungry, like they say out there. So again, get pre-approved, do your research, look into those options that I'm going to mention to you, which are for the benefit of both sides, financing the car and the purchase itself. So how you get pre-approved? We try to make it as simple as possible, as mentioned before, and the smartest way. As you can see here in the picture, they're doing it from their house. It seems like they're in their counter, in the kitchen. They're doing it online. They're using their laptop. You can do it on your mobile device itself, or you can use your phone. Your phone is a handy dandy tool that you can do any loans with us through it itself. Or if you're more of that person that likes to visit the branch, certainly go over there, visit the branch, talk to one of our loan officers or the branch manager, and they'll be able to assist you within your inquiry itself. They can help you find the vehicle. They can probably give you some advice on the vehicle itself. Maybe they heard some stories of other members that have had this vehicle, and maybe they can share those with you. We have offers. And in order to see those current offers that are going to help you with your rate itself, visit our aacreditunion.org/auto. But again, I want to reiterate, the most important thing you can do is get pre-approved. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a hard inquiry. It doesn't affect your credit score that much, but at least you know your tools that you have on that. Getting pre-approved, as mentioned, what are the advantage for our member owners as rate discounts that we may have? So you get pre-approved, and when they're talking to you about the rate, and you're a member already, or you become a member, they're going to tell you, well, thank you for becoming a member and financing a vehicle with us. Within the first 90 days, I see you just opened your account last week. We're going to be able to adjust your rate by 0.25% itself, 0.25. And if you're not a new member, you're probably somebody that already been with us a couple of years and taken some loans in the past. We also want to make certain that you are given the discount as well. And that's 0.25% as well, 0.25% of your annual percent rate. Now, those two cannot be combined, but if you were to have a savings in a checking account with us, especially our priority checking account that doesn't cost you anything, and you have direct deposit to it, at least $250, we will be able to honor another 0.25% of your annual percent rate. So again, either you get pre-approved and either you're a new member or a seasoned member that has taken care of all their needs by using our products and services as lending itself, we can adjust that 0.25 and the direct deposit. So you can add two of them, which will be welcome aboard with direct deposit or loyalty discount with direct deposit. So we will be able to adjust your loan if you have those. And again, going into your checking account by 0.50 annual percent rate. So for example, you have a rate that you were giving of 6%, with the 0.5% adjustment, you'll be getting 5.5%. So again, it's pretty simple. Again, we just want to be doing the best for you as our member owner. This is the tool that I mentioned earlier that Jack will cover shortly in a couple of slides. Researching your vehicle. You can go into our site. There's no cost. You can do it from your home. You can do it during your lunch break, anytime that you have through your tablet, phone, laptop, desktop. Visit aacreditunion.org/auto, and you'll be able to find that. You'll be able to see our dealer partners. If you need to finance the vehicle with us, we want to help you as well. So here's where you can find this information. But again, Jack will give us a run through in a couple more slides itself. The add-in options, as I mentioned, is not the GPS, it's not the rims, it's not leather seats or anything like that. So what we're trying to do is protect the loan itself and protect you as well. So it's a two-way street here. So we offer a protection for the vehicle. We usually know that vehicles have, I believe is 36,000 miles warranty, bumper to bumper, something like that. But what happens after that? So we are providing a vehicle service agreement, also known as BSA, that you can find with us, through us. or through the dealership. Just make certain that you review the quote that they're providing you. And I say quote because this is not a price and that's it. This is based on the vehicle itself, the year, the mileage, etc. So we may give you a number. I'm going to say example, $2,000. The dealership probably is going to give you a number like $6,000. Again, something like that. Usually the credit union will provide this service to you or this protection at a lower cost itself. And what it does, basically, it covers any repair coverage on your vehicle itself. There's different programs, but the loan officer will be able to provide you the best of all the programs, tell you how much is this one or that other one. We also have it for electric vehicles itself. So we're trying to cover all bases itself. The next one is our guaranteed asset protection. A lot of people know it as the GAP. The GAP. What this does, this covers what you owe on the vehicle if there was something to happen to your vehicle. So let's say you have your vehicle and you're driving nicely a couple years and there's an accident and the car is totaled, but you still owe $16,000 and the insurance is only covering $14,000. So there's a $2,000 deficiency that needs to be covered. So this protection itself, the GAP, will cover that difference. Now this one has a price, and this is a one-time price. This is for a cost of $486. So you can add it. Now, and again, when you go to the dealership, they'll probably sell it to you for $1,000 or something like that. Best thing is to have it, test it. If within the first 90 days you don't care for it, it can be canceled and the money will be given back to you. But we believe that this is a product, a protection for you, because if the difference, if you don't have the GAP, you're going to have to come up with the difference to pay it. And we really don't like doing that to our members because sometimes it means giving them a loan to pay a loan that doesn't really, it's no longer there. So the next one is a protection for you itself. And it's the credit life and credit disability, or CLCD. This is pennies to the dollar that you're going to be investing itself. And I say investing because if you get hurt at work, after the first 30 days, if you have credit life or credit disability, this will start paying the loan of the vehicle itself. Or if credit life is the one that comes in, this will take care of the loan itself. But again, for any of these three products, the VSA, the GAP, or the CLCD, your local representative, loan officer, branch manager will be able to provide you more in-depth information. The pricing, as I mentioned on the BSA, and the GAP I mentioned that is $486, and on the vehicle, pennies to the dollars. So again, we're looking out for you and for the lending piece itself. Step 4. When they come to you with that really long legal size paper that has like 3 or 4 pages on it, review it. Don't sign it. Make certain there's no hidden fees. It happens. It happens. Dealerships need to complete certain quotas, and they need to sell certain products that makes revenue for them. But because we're here for you, our member owner, we're protecting you, and we're making certain that we're giving you not only the better option on pricing, we're making certain that there's no hidden fees in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to have them send it to our loan officer. The loan officer will review. We'll talk to you and say everything looks great. Or no, they put an insurance for your tires that is like $1,200. and you really don't want that. They have insurance for everything at the dealership. So again, you want to make certain that there's nothing hidden or added that you didn't ask for. Once that, they will tell you, you know what, it's good to go. Sign it. Once you sign it, you'll be smiling like this young lady here, and you can drive away in your car. So this is a brand new car. They got everything they needed for the car, and they're super happy with their decision. Thanks to us getting her pre-approved, making certain that the rate is what they need, the payment is what they need, the protections that they need, etc. So again, it's one of those things that we're here for you as a consumer, as our member owner, not trying to sell you a loan itself, just giving you the tips, ideas, or knowledge for you to do it. Now, you'll compare and you'll see which one gives you the better of both worlds. And usually you'll come to us to do this as well. Now, we're aware that not everybody has a perfect credit score or a high credit score, and it may be by many circumstances. Some people lost their job, some people had family issues, they couldn't continue making their payments, so things went awry, things didn't work out. So what we have is a program, Pays to Pay on Time, and basically this is for people that are C and D tier, people that have lower credit scores itself, and they usually end up like with double digits on their interest rate or the annual percent rate. So let's say for X reason, your credit score is not the best and you're in one of these tiers, CMD, and you get pre-approved for a car for 16%. Believe it or not, that's high, but it's not as high as other people that we have helped in the past that are paying over 20% on their cars because their credit score was not the better of them all. They have bruised credit score. So what we do is, let's say you get a 16%. What we'll do the first year that you have no late payments, you have it automatically payment from your account. You have online statements. Of course, all our vehicles carry a full coverage on it. And there's no penalties because of titling or anything like that. We will deduct 2% of that. So from 16, the following year goes down to 14. You do the same, etc. 2% comes down, it goes down to 12. So again, we're trying to help those that are in the higher tiers themselves in order for them to have an easier cash process and financing of the vehicle itself. Jack, I believe we have time for questions. And if there is any out there itself, I'm going to go and open the Q&A and see what's there. But feel free to ask away.
Absolutely. Thanks, Biutel. Before I jump over to that, do you want me to do the demonstration? Let those that might have questions kind of queue them up.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do that then. So like Biutel said, y'all, we do want to go ahead and share some ideas about how you might be able to research your vehicle. So just want to check in with you, Biutel. Our URL or our webpage is showing, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to assume everybody here knows aacreditunion.org. If you don't, now you do. So you're going to want to go there. This is our landing page, and I'm just going to walk you through the process of getting to the auto buying research tool. I'm going to go up to borrowing. I'm going to go to auto loans. On this page, there's a number of different resources, things to consider, things like that. But what I'm going to focus on is the Visit the Auto Buying Research Network. So when we click that, it warns us we're leaving the credit union website. That's okay. It is a trusted provider, partner of ours. So whenever you get to this particular page, you're going to be presented here. I want to point out under the finance side, you can play with some calculators. You can build a new car, get some ideas or some inspiration on what you might want in a vehicle and how much that might cost. You can also search. That's what I'm going to do today. So we're going to search. I'm going to say, well, we're in Fort Worth, 76155 for our zip code. And you can actually type in, choose your vehicle type. Biutel, is there any vehicle you want me to queue up right now?
Go with the Highland Ridge that is there.
Let's do something more.
That's a brand that is not very
I'm
popular
gonna go.
yet.
I'm going to override you. I'm going to go Toyota Corolla, one of the most
There you
popular
go.
vehicles in the nation. So right here, I just literally said I want a Toyota Corolla. And this brings up a number of different listings in our network, and the filters out on the left-hand side gives you the ability to fine-tune your search. So maybe you don't want to drive 100 miles and go visit a dealer. You can move that to say, I'm comfortable driving 30 miles if the ride is right. So this will bring up some of the inventory on some of our partners and the pricing and things of that nature. Again, everybody's kind of done the search thing online, hopefully, and you're able to kind of fine tune your search. As far as what's listed here, I want to point out that some cars will come up with Credit Union Plus, and these are dealers. I wouldn't say that they're the best, but they do have some very strict guidelines to be on this platform as far as their customer service, as far as their financing policies, that they don't try to poach credit union financing or try to make you sit there for 10 hours at a time to beat you over the head. So it's not to say, I just want to clarify that they're the best of the best, but they are a little bit more trusted and they've proven themselves worthy of being at the top of the list. And that's also not to dissuade any dealerships that don't have that plus feature. Whenever you are interested in learning more about a car, it's as simple as clicking on Contact Dealer, at which point it'll be a quick questionnaire, and that'll send you or send them your information for follow-up. You can schedule a visit, that sort of thing. Again, I wouldn't use this in isolation and only trust this. There's a number of other resources out there on the internet, but this is just one trusted partner that we have that you can utilize to make the most of your auto buying experience. Biutel, as far as this website goes or how to use it, is there anything else that I missed or anything else you'd like to point out?
No, Jack. Basically, Jack, you're giving a good detailed on this, and it seems like you did new and used cars on this as well.
I did.
It's really hard nowadays, and even though it may show here, the car may not be in the lot itself because it could have been sold as you were looking at this. So again, don't be devastated if you found that $13,000 car that you were hoping, that you were only pay $400 or $300, and then they tell you, "Oops, we just sold it." It happens.
Yeah.
So again, it gives you an idea, a great idea of how much monthly payment they are trying to do themselves. This is the dealership trying to give you the finance and everything else. You want to make sure you finance through us because we are looking out for you in the financing itself, and we want to make sure you get the better of the deals so we can get the better return in the future.
Right. So I'm going to pop on over to questions here in a sec. But before I do so, Biutel, just because there was one individual that was asking about it, and you kind of highlighted it a little bit, I do want to point out that we are having our fall drive and save event that does have some additional perks if you choose to purchase a car in this month, or at least get your pre-approval going. So right now we are offering up to 90 days payment deferral. So let's say you buy your car, that gives you 90 days before you have to make your first payment, just in time for the holidays, right?
Next year, your first payment.
Exactly. So it will accrue interest, but sometimes that breathing room can definitely benefit you, especially this time of year. If you finance a vehicle with us in the month of October, make sure you come back to this page. And just so you know, this was on our aacreditunion.org/events page right here. Come back to this page and make sure you register. We're giving 3 lucky people $1,000 towards the principal payment of their vehicle. So that's a total of $3,000 we're giving away. And if you do your financing in the branch, we'll give you an exclusive gift. But at this point, stop sharing. And I'm going to pop over here for some questions. Quick time check, Biutel. We got 18 minutes left.
18 minutes.
All right, so we're going to rapid fire here. Can you explain the pre-approval process? Is it a soft type? that can get denied later before the money's sent to the dealership, and if you know how long our pre-approvals are good for.
Yeah, pre-approval, if you go to the office and you request a pre-approval, it's a hard pull. They're good for 60 days.
Right.
And if the 60 days go by and there's no vehicle that you found or anything like that, we will have to re-engage and repull a different credit score itself.
Right.
Can you be denied afterwards that you're pre-approved? Just like any lending, if you get pre-approved today, but then you go out there and you charge up $30,000, well, maybe that could be the differential of saying, unfortunately, the pre-approval is not going to go through because you use all your debt to income basically before you purchase the car.
Right.
Hopefully
So,
that
yeah,
answers the question.
Yeah, it does. The income or your credit situation, if those change drastically in those 60 days, that's pretty much the only scenario which would affect the ability for you.
It's just like a mortgage, the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So popping on over here, will the credit union loan officer review purchase paperwork even if there's not a loan with the credit union?
To my understanding, they will, because this is the only way we can provide to you the better rate. Because when you send this paperwork to me and I see that you're paying 12, 14, 16%, I'm going to tell you, you know what? I believe we can do better.
Right.
And then you're going to come and say, oh, okay.
So you would say, and I can speak for most of our loan officers, most of them are more than willing to help. However, there's typically got to be a way that it's worth their time. Yeah, we're here to provide services for our members, but I want to point out loan officers aren't car buying experts. They're loan experts, right?
Correct.
So if there's a situation where we may be able to apply some favorable financing in a situation, they're going to be much more likely and to help you with that piece. As far as the actual, is it worth it to add on rims or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
They've seen a lot, but really and truly, that's up to the individual to do their research and figure that part out. Let's see. Somebody asked, and then we'll kind of move on here. How can one compare the terms of the credit union loan versus, say, a dealer loan? You have any advice on that, Biutel?
You can use our calculators and you can figure that out and see the difference. And again, our loan officers are willing to go the extra mile to make certain that it's for your benefit. We're not here to sell you a loan. We're here to provide you the tools for you to pick the best choice out there.
Right.
That we happen to have the better of the loans at the time. And again, don't be fooled, because 1% difference or 0.5%, those have correlations with something else.
Yes,
May not be correct trade-off of that is necessarily a better loan.
Right. So just to kind of put it this way, if you're hesitant about getting pre-approved because you don't want a credit pull or something like that, you can always talk to a loan officer, give them your information, and based on that, they can kind of give you a range. But if you're going to be walking into a dealership and interested in their financing, strongly suggest that you guys get pre-approved with us or even with somebody else. Obviously, I'm not in the camp to tell you to take your business somewhere else, but I think it gives you a lot more purchasing power. It tilts the scales into your favor if you know where you stand before you walk in. So that's going to be the best way for you to be properly educated before walking into a dealership. And then real quick, Biutel, somebody asked if being retired affects income qualifications. We're going to be looking at your gross income from the top, whether that comes from retirement, whether that comes from Social Security, whether that comes from any other ancillary income sources. That's what we look at whenever we're determining your debt to income ratio. So having a job versus collecting retirement funds should not affect you one way or the other. It's always going to be about your top line income, no matter where that's coming from.
Yeah, and by the way, if you go into your account, you may be pre-approved already and you don't know it.
Right.
Because I just got mine pre-approval. Not that I need a car right now, but I got a pre-approval, and that one is a soft pre-approval because it's something that the credit union is doing in the backside to entice me to come and see what we're offering for the better of as a member owner.
All right, we got one more last minute question here from LG. Is there a sweet spot for down payment or down payment ratio? No, There isn't. It's really about that down payment's going to affect how much car you can afford and what your monthly payment is. So that's more of a personal question. I will say, I was researching this week actually. Most experts say you don't want to spend more than 15% of your net income on your vehicle. 10 to 15% of your monthly income should go towards your car max. So whatever down payment gets you there, based on the terms, the interest rate, et cetera, that's your sweet spot. So hopefully that kind of, in a roundabout way, answers that question. So
Correct.
for the sake of time, Biutel, we got 12 minutes. You're going to rapid fire on the car buying process, right?
Not a problem. Yes, sir. We got it.
All right, here we go.
Come on. Ooh.
I think I need to give you the
Yes.
controls back. My bad. When I was sharing, I took them away. There you go.
There you
All
go.
yours.
All right. All right. Tips for car shopping. Simple. Seek advice from somebody you know. A lot of people know other people. So maybe a mechanic, maybe your dad, maybe your brother, he's an enthusiast and he knows. Maybe somebody's done a lot of cars like Jack. So you want to go through the process. He may be able to give you some tips, or just reach out to us. Buy a vehicle you can afford, something that fits your needs. Don't be buying a two-seater when you have a family of 5. That's not going to work. On the other hand, also you you need to make sure you can afford it. It's not only the car payment; it's the insurance, the gas, the maintenance itself. And we will let you know if that's in your best interest itself, because we're looking for you financially as a whole, not as a loan itself. As mentioned before, visit our calculators in our page, and you'll be able to play around with rates and numbers and see how much you're going to be paying itself. I just mentioned this. Factory insurance, gas, unexpected maintenance. If you have a car, go to the dealership. Don't tell them that you're trying to trade it in. Only do that after you negotiate the sales price. So let's say they tell you, yeah, this car, we'll give it to you for $28,000, and you're happy with that. Then you tell them, how much would you give me for that car that is out there? Because let's say they give you $6,000, that number brings the $24,000 lower itself. Again, negotiate only the sales price. Not that, oh, we'll extend it and the payment's going to go lower or this or that. No, this is the price. So purchase price, not on monthly payments, as I mentioned just now as well. Yeah, we all get excited. That brand new car, shininess at the lot, that smell of a new car. Avoid impulsive buying. Again, you may buy the wrong car, the wrong size, the wrong need that you have. Definitely always test drive the vehicle. You may want to make sure that you fit on the vehicle. I'm a bigger guy, so I don't need a two-seater for nothing. I need a bigger car. So if I don't test drive it, I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable. If everything is really handy dandy for me there. If I need 6 cup holders, does it have the 6 cup holders, etc. Look at both. Like I mentioned earlier, if you buy a used vehicle, it may come with more bells and whistles, but the style may have changed a little bit versus a new car. The new car looks nice in the outside, but it may be very basic, as the used one may have more. Contact us, your loan officer, your local branch manager, before you complete the loan itself, whoever's doing the finance for you. Again, this is a major purchase. This is not something that you can buy and return 2-3 weeks later. This is basically, you bought it, you're stuck with it for the term of the loan itself, or if you pay it before itself. Again, these are just quick tips on purchasing a vehicle. Now, as I mentioned also earlier, Jack is back. So there you go, Jack.
This is a pretty quick question, so we won't give y'all too long. But before we launch into this, we want to, but the idea of refinancing, we want to know if anyone here currently owns a vehicle that's currently or almost paid off. In other words, do you have equity in your vehicle? Have you made principal payments? Simple as this: A, yes; B, no; or maybe C, you don't own a vehicle yet. We'll give you all about, I don't know, 20 more seconds. Go ahead and fire off your answers. Again, if you're on a cell phone or something like that, you may have to swipe left or right for this poll question to pop up. If you're on a PC, it should have popped up in the lower right-hand panel of your WebEx menu. So we'll give them another 10 seconds, Sarah. Let's see here.
Jack, all this is doing is we're going to help them out to see if we can help their financial needs to lower some other interest rates that are higher itself.
Definitely could. All right, let's see what we got here. 5 people couldn't find their response. 1 person said they don't own a vehicle right now, and then 40% said yes, they do have a vehicle that's currently or almost paid off. So for those of you that don't own a vehicle or didn't answer, this may still apply to you whenever you purchase one on down the line. So throwing it back to you, Biutel, for a couple considerations that may help the 4 that said yes, or excuse me, 40% that said yes, as well as some others on down the line.
All right, so when refinancing makes sense the most, interest rates have dropped. Well, unfortunately, at this time of moment, this is not happening, but pretty soon we hope it is. So if any chance you bought a car, let's say at 10% or 14%, and you see that our rates are better, that's when you want to refinance your vehicle. Your credit score has improved. Some people, a couple years ago, when the pandemic and everything, their credit went down. Now they're coming back and they're improving it, and it's probably better than before. Well, you could probably get a better rate. That's another reason you want to refinance your vehicle itself, because you want to get a better rate itself, and then you can play with the term and everything else. At the time, again, as mentioned before, you needed a car when your credit was the worst. At the time, you didn't get the better of the rate, or you missed a promotion. So why not do it? This can help you lower the credit score. It will give you some liquid cash as well, probably, or you can extend it. You have a car lease that is expiring and you like it a lot. Get that invoice, send it to us. We can help you purchase the vehicle. We don't do leases. We only help you purchase the car itself. So that being said, that can help quite a bit as well. Your landscape has changed. Maybe some people lost their jobs. People were making a lot more money at one point. Now they have to come into another job that is not really as financially rewarding. So it changed. Maybe you need that flexibility of some sort of a lower payment by extending the time again in order for you to have that freedom. Or you need extra cash. You need money for whatever reason. Hopefully it's for a fun time. Not for anything negative or saddening itself. We will look at the value of the car, and like I mentioned earlier, some people only owe $10,000 and the car may be worth $30,000, so they're able to get that differential in their pocket. Refinancing, why? Lower your current rate, reduce your monthly payment, extend the life. That way, it's lower the payment itself. You may need cash in order to pay a higher credit card out there. Something that Jack's going to be talking about a little bit. That way you can also consolidate debt from a couple credit cards or a store card or different things. And maybe it's about the time that you need to add that BSA or the warranty protection. You'll be able to put it with that loan itself by refinancing, and you don't have to pay it out of pocket. Jack.
All right, so we do have a few more things to consider. We do have some time for questions, hopefully here in a moment, but we want to hear from you. Are you now considering taking advantage of these vehicle options? Yes, no, or I am not sure yet. The poll should be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, and there's no right or wrong answer on this. It's just a matter of us being able to provide you with the best of knowledge. A lot of people don't think of using their car as their way of financing a higher interest rate.
Right, for paying it off. They also may not have considered some of the different things that you shared today, Biutel. So I will give you all another 10 seconds here, and then we'll keep moving. Right, so we're getting them in, couple in progress. Great, great. All right, so it looks like a few people said yes, a few people said no, and then most of the people couldn't find their voting button, but it looks like it's kind of split. There's a few that may not be sure. So I'll throw it back to you, Biutel, to give us some other considerations
All right.
as far as the auto buying process goes.
All right. So ready to finance your vehicle or refinance your vehicle. Again, many different ways. Make sure you go to our credit union website. There's a QR code or quick response codes that you can scan. You can call our 800 number. You can talk to one of our local representatives at the branch itself or branch manager. Make sure you download these. These are going to help you financially, probably help you financial freedom, because we're going to help you improve your finances. And we're in the question process itself, Jack.
We only had one other question, Biutel, and that was if somebody wants to add their partner's name to a title of a car, for example, do they have to be on the loan too?
Not to my knowledge. They can add
Actually,
Actually,
yeah.
tell me.
Mhm. It's
Tell
like
me.
a mortgage.
Tell me,
It's like,
because I mean, you can add somebody to a title, to my understanding, and not in the loan. But go ahead.
I think it's a lot like a mortgage, but my understanding was yes. I've looked into it before. I was told yes, but we can always double check with a loan officer if, or you can ask them if you're engaging with them. My understanding is it's like a mortgage. You're both responsible for the purchase of that asset. Therefore, you are both responsible for the repayment. Now, it's very important on the title. If it says so-and-so and so-and-so, you're both responsible. If it says so-and-so or so-and-so, that then becomes almost like a tiered structure. Something happened to that first person, the second person would resume the rights of that car. Therefore, the payment of that car. So it gets a little dicey, but we can definitely hook you up with a loan officer that can go through those nuances.
That is correct. Thank you for that, Jack. And of course, always check with your loan officer for any details itself.
Right. All right. So that's all the questions we had, but we have a couple other things to share with you here. Biutel, I'm going to take over and we're going to go through these very quickly. All right. So I do want to point out, if you joined us today and you're not yet a member, we're going to put the opening deposit in there for you for free, so long as you use promo code B as in boy, D as in dog, 4412. There's a QR code right there. Feel free to share this with your family members as well. They can take advantage of the $5 bonus that we're offering here to open up the account. As far as our offers go, we do have a number of offers available. We went over the Drive and Save program right now that we've got until the end of October. So definitely look into that. Get up to 0.5% discount off of your auto loan, no payments for up to 90 days, and a chance to win $1,000. If you're more on the saving side, maybe you're looking to save for a new car, maybe you're a year out, we are offering right now our share certificate, aka a certificate of deposit, also known as CDs, 5.33% APY on a 12-month share certificate with a minimum of $1,000. So if you have $1,000 or more lying around, you don't need it for a year, you can earn 5.33% on those funds. We have a number of other offers that go through the end of the year, and we encourage you to check those out at aacreditunion.org/offers. And the last offer I'll cover here, if you have a family member that's interested in an auto loan or any of our other services, you can earn $25 for each family member you refer, up to $250 a year. There's instructions on this screen of how to share the gift of membership and line your pockets a little bit just in time for the holidays. And that just about does it. I'm going to double check here, Biutel. No more questions have popped up. So we just want to thank you again for taking the time to hang out with us today, learn a little bit about our vehicle buying process, and hopefully what Biutel shared gave you a little bit more empowerment to go out and confidently search for that car you need. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out we do have our other webinar topics posted at aacreditunion.org. We also, if you're in the Florida area, have an event underway that's on that events page until October 15th. We have a virtual car sale going on, and we also have an in-person component going on this Saturday and Sunday at our Miami Blue Lagoon branch. Again, on the events page, you can click to learn more about that. So on behalf of Biutel, myself, and the entire credit union, I want to thank you again for investing in your financial well-being. Remember, we send an invitation via email to fill out a survey That's where you can provide feedback. You can ask to be contacted by a credit union representative for personal questions, and it also allows you to request a copy of today's presentation. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, for helpful financial tips and to learn about upcoming webinars. We also have a YouTube channel. I mentioned this at the beginning of our webinar. We will post the recording of today's webinar here within the next week. So feel free to check that out, share it with your loved ones, that sort of thing. Please stay safe, healthy, and happy out there. Let us know if we can do anything to help you in your financial journey. Thank you again, Biutel. Anything else you'd like to add? Muted. You're muted, Biutel. I didn't hear from you.
Oh, so sorry. Get pre-approved, take care, take advantage of our financing products that we have. We're here for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.